Hey YouTube, and welcome back to another Dota 2 video. Today we're going to be going over the best heroes to Pubstomp with and use to gain MMR in primarily the lower skill brackets. Let's get into it. So keep in mind, as we go through this video, much of the heroes, and I guess all of the heroes in this video, are up to opinion on what you think is the best to win with and who has the most potential to carry games. But this is just a collected group of heroes that have been doing really well in this current patch and that we think are good to play. So the first hero that is great for gaining MMR and winning pub games is going to be, of course, Spirit Breaker. Now, you've probably heard a lot about Spirit Breaker being really good this patch. He's really good in the competitive scene actually right now, and that's for multiple reasons. For one, he's just very strong in terms of early game roaming right now. He has a huge impact on the game from the very beginning, which is huge when it comes to pub games, because if you can start to get rolling from minute one, then it's really easy to transition and keep going as the game goes on. Spirit Breaker is also really good because he can fill a couple of different roles. He can kind of be a support, position 4 that kind of needs money, but can still function without it. He can be a roamer from minute 1 that is focused on, stopping one of the enemy heroes that could get out of control later. But he can also be played a little safer. You could farm up with him a little bit, and he can become really powerful in the mid game. So he can be played in a lot of different ways, and he can really just snowball and catch enemies out of place to really get your team ahead and win pub games. The next hero that I'm going to recommend that is really good for pub stomping right now at least is actually Necrophos. He has a high win rate in almost every bracket right now, in the 1k bracket, the 2k bracket, 3k, and even 4k, 5k, he's just a little bit positive. And I really like Necro because he's super versatile. He can play tons of different positions, and he can almost always have an impact on the game. It's hard to go wrong with Necrophos because even if you don't have farm, you can have a big impact with your ultimate and your just healing presence in the middle of fights. Not to mention, you can definitely piggyback off of a lot of farm, and getting money can definitely be put to use. Also, like Spirit Breaker, Necrophos is really active from the start of the game. Maybe not as soon, but you don't need to wait a long time for Necrophos to start to get going, and that's a common theme among a lot of pub stomping heroes. If you can get your hero active early and get them going from the very start of the game, then you can start rolling, and that really leads to the pub stomp games that you want if you're searching to gain MMR in the lower brackets. The third hero is probably a more popular one that you've probably heard recommended in a lot of videos, and he has an insane win rate right now. He has a 56% win rate, I believe. He's one of the best heroes in Dota right now in terms of win rate in almost every bracket, and that is Zeus. Zeus is crazy right now. It's partly because of buffs. He's been receiving a bunch of small buffs as the patches go on, but really he just is so good in pubs because he has crazy nuke potential, and he's really a do-it-yourself hero. Like, you don't need tons of backup from your teammates. You don't need to rely on the team too much. Like, whereas if you're playing a Bat Rider and you lasso somebody, you need people to follow up. Or if you're playing Shadow Shaman and you shackle somebody, you need your team to follow up. With Zeus, you can kind of just do it all. You can nuke, you can get kills, you can even D-ward, you can be roaming, you can be active, you can farm up, and you can really have an impact on the game throughout, which can help you snowball and win your games. The fourth hero is starting to get a little more niche, but I think most people will agree that one of the best pub stomping hero in the games, hands down, and that will come to mind for a lot of people when they think about steamroll and pub stomp, is definitely Bloodseeker. Bloodseeker is especially good in pub stomping because there's usually a lack of communication, and you can get tons of pickoffs early game, which can help you get rolling into the mid-late game, but also because Bloodseeker has been receiving a couple buffs in the past patches because he's never been that good enough to play in a competitive scene where people are coordinated. So not only is he getting more powerful, but he's already good as is, which means that you're getting a hero that can steamroll, that can farm quickly, that can get kills early on. And in pubs, if people aren't carrying TPs, it's almost a free kill anytime you can catch somebody in lane. And the last hero that's a little more niche that I'm going to recommend, that I think a good amount of people can agree with, is Viper. Viper I would recommend to a lot of players, even beginner players, to learn how to Pubstomp with, because Viper is really good at steamrolling. This dude will get you going from minute 1 or 2. Once you have maybe 2 or 3 levels in him, you can kill almost any enemy hero on the map, hands down. You're gonna win your lane, you're gonna definitely roam and get kills. If you're aggressive enough, you can put on a ton of pressure early game, and in a pub, when a team starts to fall apart, it can usually be GG around 20 or 30 minutes if you can get going. And be aggressive as a Viper, especially if you have a team built around a Viper, like if you have a couple early game carries, or if you get some support rotations, or even if you are roaming to other lanes. If you shut them down early game, or can even steamroll to gain a large advantage, you can almost always win as Viper, granted the right situation. Alright, thank you guys for watching. That is going to be it for this video. Those are some of the best heroes that, in my opinion, are really good right now for pub stomping and gaining MMR in the lower brackets, just because of the nature of how steamrolly they are and how snowbally they can get once they get farmed. Let me know though if you disagree or feel like there's somebody that I should have mentioned as maybe an honorable mention. Make sure to comment them down in the comments so people can see, and hopefully that will help them with their games. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.